Hello, this is Dragon Tower Defense, the latest challenge from EddCase. Here's where you arrive, and you can customize all kinds of things. And this is my first proper run. I've done a couple of practice runs up till now, but you see you get the chance to choose the sword or weapon of your choosing, and your hat. As you can see, I'm cycling through all of the different ones that are available to me as a patron. I've decided on a pirate hat to go with my warhammer. And then the dragons, you can also customize what you want the dragons to look like. It has no effect on how they behave, it's just their appearance. I'm going for a two-headed look. And then this is how you start the game. And you are launched into a world. Let's see what I've got this time. Okay, nice, well, fairly normal looking. Wait until it releases me and gives me all my gear. Yes, oh, but it's got a desert over there, which is interesting and different. There seems to be a lava pool just over here. Let's have a quick look around. So there's my queen egg, which I am going to have to protect through 5 nights if I survive that, or if it survives that long. Okay, getting started. Thought I would concentrate this time on getting as much stone as I can in order to surround the egg. And if I get lots of coal, I can make torches to light up the area, and also some of the dragons. Did I mention dragons? Yes, you're aided in your defense of the egg by dragons which you purchase from a shop, and you'll see some of that in a moment. But some of the dragons feed on coal if you've got absolutely tons of it. But I haven't got absolutely tons of it yet. Right, off we go to the shop. This is how you go there with this pointer hand. And you've been given a whole load of gold to start with, and you can choose what you want to buy in the shop using up your gold. So I've got some food, I've got a two black and a green dragons to start with. I won't go into details about what all the dragons do, but they've each got their own talents, and they've each got their own food that you can use to grow them. Now, in my practice runs, I was never growing the dragons, so one of my aims this time is... Oh, I got a red one as well. One of my aims this time is going to be to grow the dragons, if I can. Right, so this is them being born. I'm now surrounding them with a primitive, simple little wall. And then when it comes to night time, we're going to try and defend. Right, first things I want to do, let's get more of that stone and coal that I was talking about to make bigger and better preparations during the day, because the attacks all come at night. I've lucked into finding quite a large seam of coal here. Also a nice little cave, which means I don't have to dig down to get my stone. I can grab a fair amount of it right here. But I'm very tempted by the desert, which is right next door, because the red dragon eats sand and TNT. They've all got 2 levels of food, and its lower level food is sand, but you need to feed it a lot of sand. So I'm going to see whether I can make it grow just by giving it a lot of ordinary sand. Now, the way to grow it faster is to use its 2nd level food, which in the red dragon's case is TNT. Now, if there had been a temple in the desert just there, reachable within the borders, then I would have grabbed all the TNT, and that would have been a really good start. So here I go, before the sun sets, I'm running around trying to light the area up. The aim of this is their ordinary mobs will spawn, as well as the customized mobs, which are going to try and attack the egg. And the ordinary mobs just do their ordinary things, which means it gets very messy. They attack me, distract me. I don't want that to happen. Okay, so I'm slowing down the action again. So you see, I did get an ordinary mob or two wandering in anyway, despite my lighting up. But the real thing is going to be these mobs that you see highlighted in white in the distance walking in towards me. On the scoreboard to the right you can see there are 8 of them at the moment. This is not one, this is just another zombie that's been attracted in. Now every time you start a game you're teleported to a new location, and each location has its own interesting differences to the way that the whole map plays out, the game plays out. That noise is my dragons beginning to shoot their various things at the incoming custom mobs. Now the custom mobs don't try to harm me, but they will break through the defences and they will take lives off of the egg, the dragon egg that you're trying to defend. Oops, that was so close. Right, the wall is still intact and it's really just such a primitive wall at the moment. I don't want it to be holed, because the dragon egg will be completely exposed and enemies can walk up to it and attack it and take lives off it. Now, in the distance, more and more new mobs are spawning through the night. They stop spawning at dawn. Now, this is a slight problem. As you can see, they've got mechanisms for getting up and down and through places. Now, that little pond is a bit of a problem because they drop down into it and then tunnel up or ladder up to get to the level where the egg is. But it's all surviving is what's going on at the moment. Yes. Now the crying obsidian that is everywhere is caused by, I think it's the black dragons. They pump out acid, I believe it's called, and that causes the crying obsidian patches on the ground, and then the custom mobs are poisoned by that or affected by the acid of it as they walk across it, so they die. That's one of the defense techniques. So I seem to be immune to walking through these flames, which is a good thing because I keep doing it. That's an ordinary zombie. Yeah, you see, this is the kind of difficulties that you get into when ordinary mobs spawn and wander in amongst the ones that I'm trying to defend against. They ignore the egg and they attack me, and I don't notice the difference, and I get hurt by them. Now, I've got plenty of food. Right, I've got plenty of food on me. Which I bought in the shop, so that's not a problem. But more and more mobs appearing in the distance is a problem, and I just want to be able to get rid of them all before they break through. And I can see that dawn is on its way. We've still got 15 enemies to try to dispatch. Whoop, that one's climbing the walls of the actual my compound. I should leave that alone. I'm assuming that my warhammer is actually an axe, and it's not. Now, what's going on the far side? There's somebody else climbing it. Leave it alone. It's not. I'm basically trying to chop it down with a sword, and that's not a good thing. Right. Now, I'm feeling as though I'm going to survive the first night now. tactically, it's gone fairly well, apart from the bits where the mobs have climbed up from below. Now those zombies holding shields, as you've seen probably, are quite a bit stronger. They deflect things, they defend. Now this is my biggest tactical problem. Look, there's one right under the egg, and I have not really put two and two together. That mob walking down there is a problem, because what is going on is there is a cave under the egg, and the entrance to it is over by the trees just nearby. Now I'm hoping the dragons are going to dispatch that last... It's the last enemy, and morning has already come. And I'm really getting worried now, because they're not killing it. It's a shield zombie. And now it's climbing up, and now I've completely panicked, and I'm going for it, and I would have done better to have jumped in with the egg and defeated it from there, but no, look, I've really stupidly lost one life of my queen egg. Okay, so here's daytime. Daytime's come. Let's speed up the action again. I'm trying to patch up the holes, get rid of any ladders that were created around here, and I want to get on with the real action of the day. Oh dear, this is the problem. I suddenly realised this is where he climbed up. He pillared up on wooden planks. He climbed up ladders. It's from this cave. I didn't want to die in here, but it looks like it's not too horribly unsafe. But this is how they've been getting in. That's my biggest tactical problem, is this cave. So let's get rid of that. Okay, so it's not a bad cave really. In fact, it's good for me because it's got coal, and a little bit of iron will come in handy for me. I don't think, if things go well, I don't think I need armour, because armour doesn't protect, I'm not needing to protect myself from the custom mobs. It's only if real mobs, ordinary mobs, mix in amongst the custom mobs, that's where I have the problem of the armour. So armour and a shield, pretty much secondary this time in this kind of run. I have used armour in the past, but yeah, I'm trying to do without it this time. I think iron is not that necessary. So, but coal could be good. I could feed the dragons, the black dragons, the coal, and I could make even more torches to light up the area even better, so that I don't get ordinary mobs mixing in. That's the tactics. That's what I'm thinking about. But I'm really getting quite distracted. I'm spending a long time. This is all sped up to double speed, and I'm spending a huge amount of the next day in this cave. Now I'm getting copper, not because I like copper, but because one of the other dragons, the blue dragon, will eat copper. Have I even got a blue dragon? I don't think I have. But yes, so the dragon hasn't even been bought yet, the one that I'm collecting copper to assist with. So I've kind of dropped that for the moment. I thought, right, I need... Oh, there was a cat in the background trying to join in my commentary. Right, the yes, I will. I haven't been to the shop. I'm still trying to patch up holes. I'm realising lots of time is going by. I don't want them coming back through this exactly the same way again. So I'm trying to... Well, okay. Yeah, it's a partial attempt. I think probably in retrospect what would have been better would have been if I had attempted to block off their entry to this cave entirely, and then I wouldn't have had the problem. So if I'd blocked in the entrance just with dirt, they would have walked across the top of the dirt and walked up towards me. They would have got there quicker, but I would have been able to defend against them in a much more conventional way. That's what I think I would like to do next time. So here I am, making the wall double thick, because the next night, night 2, gets harder. Every night gets harder. And in particular, what happens on the second night is you get flying things coming in, and that's not nice. Right. So here I am. I've not managed to grow any of the dragons yet, and I've suddenly thought, well, I suppose there is another way of growing the dragons. If I'm not going to the shop, I can feed them gold. I can at least have bigger dragons. So you see, there's a green and black one have both grown up to size 2. I realised that I didn't want that like that stone pillar outside, because that was... Ooh, there's a spider walking towards me, and a skeleton. Right, yes, yeah, mobs would just have been able to walk up on the stone and come in. Right, I've got a huge mama dragon, the green one now. That's excellent. Yes, things are really not good. I don't know whether some of the torches get wiped out by the mobs, but yes, I've got darkened areas. I've even got a creeper walking around worrying me, being nearby. And you see there's phantoms coming in this new wave of the second night. So really, I'm suddenly thinking, oh, so many phantoms. So 16 enemies, and there's 5 phantoms I can see right here. Okay, the dragons are doing a sterling job of attacking them. But, oh, look what's happened here. A phantom hit the far side, and that has caused a hole right the way through my double thickness wall, exposing the egg and exposing the defending dragons. Which isn't such a big problem, but exposing the egg, that's not so good. Now, creepers coming in the wave, custom creepers, are a danger, because if they get to the wall, they will explode and cause devastation. So I really want to defend against the creepers coming in. As you can see, there's not only different types of enemy coming in, there are more of them. There are 30 at the moment, and I'm just, it's all hands to the pumps to try to defend. And where did it I'm just wondering, it's feeling like it's slipping away from me, and I'm wondering where it all started to go wrong. There's a creeper, get rid of it. Right. Whew, I did not want an explosion. I assumed that the huge explosion would still hurt me. But, yeah. So this is what... it's become a panic. Whereas I wanted to have this one much more planned. And I'm feeling as though I'm going to be overwhelmed. Now, this was the moment where I should have eaten. As you can see, my hunger bar's getting low. And as I'm dancing around trying to do all the defences, I'm suddenly realising that I can't move. I'm slowed, I'm hungry, and yet all the mobs are quite close in, so I can't risk stopping and eating. So until now I'm doing it. And that really allows them all to get really close. Oh, and that's health has gone off the eggs. Someone walked right in while I was eating, and there's another one, so that they're beginning to get through. And there's still 25 of them out there, and we are, I suppose, at the middle of the night. And there's another one down to 1 health, and I'm feeling as though this is it. This is where it's going to go. They're going to walk in, and it's just mayhem at this point. And now there's an ordinary skeleton that's mixed in. No, get off my wall. Oh, that was too late. That was the end of it. And right, that is the mayhem. That is the second night. And I've got 32%, which isn't quite as good as one of my practice goes. And here we are, back at the calm spawn box. Thank you very much for watching. That was my first real run of this amazing manic new challenge. I'm hoping to make it much less manic in the future. Bye bye.